While medicine has made great strides in treating female cancers, the work is not complete. For the almost 500,000 women living with advanced metastatic breast, ovarian, and endometrial cancers, there is no cure, no silver bullet. Extending the lives of women with advanced metastatic breast cancer and providing a high quality of life while on therapy is the sector's next goal. Context Therapeutics' mission is to develop new treatments for female cancers to impact this area of significant medical need. Edison Films caught up with CEO Marty Lehr to find out how the NASDAQ-listed business he helped found is delivering on the mission, all the while building a profitable business for investors.
Well, we specialize in the development of next-generation therapies for female cancers, those being breast, ovarian, and endometrial cancer. This is an area of significant medical unmet need, particularly as it relates to metastatic stage 4 disease. What we do is develop next-generation therapies that we hope will not only extend a patient's life, but also provide a high quality of life, meaning that the side effects of the drugs are not particularly debilitating. You don't see significant fatigue, hair loss, skin discoloration. Women can go about their daily lives, and that's ultimately our goal. How we find these assets is through a search and development model. What we really like to focus on is late preclinical through phase 2 development. So we identify drugs, we bring them in-house, layer in our expertise to marshal them along the development process, and then hopefully at the conclusion of that have a drug that significantly addresses this area of medical unmet need. That's where we can add the most value and what we do best as a company. I do. I think there are many examples of businesses that focus on the mid-pipe that aren't particularly focused on either early or late stage development that do this really well. And some of those companies are actually worth billions. So this is a tried and true development methodology, and we're really leveraging best practices from prior companies. The women's oncology markets we're looking at are absolutely massive, and they have tremendous potential for our drugs. And this is really a unique case where we can not only do well by patients and develop great treatments to address an area of significant medical unmet need, but also do really well by investors. So we think we're really uniquely positioned as a company with our business model and end-use market to successfully address the unmet needs of that disease area. The goal of our pipeline is twofold. Firstly, we want our therapies to improve the clinical activity of already approved therapies. This is what's referred to as a add-on therapy drug development plan. We like that concept because the already approved drug is well known to physicians. They know the benefits, they know the weaknesses, and by adding on our drug, we can hopefully enhance the therapeutic activity of that drug while not changing the doctor's day-to-day activities. They're already comfortable with the treatment. All we're simply doing is potentially making it better. And so by not changing the doctor's habit, we simply move into a ready end-use market for our product, which we think is a real benefit. And then secondly, of course, we hope that our drugs work independently. Some patients may not be candidates for standard of care add-on strategy. And so by having activity on its own, we're able to potentially grasp the whole market for our products. Ona XR is an oral progesterone receptor antagonist that is currently in phase 2 development. It's actually being evaluated in multiple phase 2 trials across breast, ovarian, and endometrial cancer. And in success, and if we get the product registered, it would actually be the first FDA-approved progesterone receptor antagonist for cancer. Progesterone receptor is a particular problem in breast, ovarian, and endometrial cancer. In some of these patients, progesterone receptor signaling is oncogenic, meaning that it stimulates the growth of tumor cells and actually can cause the metastatic spread of those cancer cells. What is unique about Ona XR is that it's the only known full antagonist of progesterone receptor. And we want to fully block that oncogenic signaling to provide the best therapeutic benefit for patients. And unfortunately, there's a lot of these patients. Over 75,000 women die of breast, ovarian, and endometrial cancer in the United States per year. And that number really hasn't changed in the last 20 years. So by blocking progesterone receptor, we think we can really help a very broad group of women who are seeking medical assistance for these devastating cancers. We have a really exciting new program targeting Claudin-6. Claudin-6 is a really fascinating protein that is enriched in ovarian and endometrial cancer cells, but is actually absent from all other tissue in the human body. So it makes it for a very interesting high value cancer target because it's selectively expressed in cancer cells. How we're going after Claudin-6 is a really hot area of drug development called bispecific antibodies. What the bispecific antibody enables us to do is to bind to Claudin-6 with part of the antibody, and on the other portion of the antibody, to recruit cytotoxic T cells. This is what's referred to as immunotherapy. So by combining Claudin-6 and a T cell, we actually can bring the immune system in close proximity to the cancer cell with the hope that the immune cell will attack the cancer cell and actually eat the tumor. And so we think this is a really novel and groundbreaking approach to address ovarian and endometrial cancers. That program is in preclinical development, and we're tremendously excited about it. But that's not everything we're working on. We do aspire to become an independent biotech company over time. We do have other assets that we're thinking about, looking at, evaluating, and we look forward to continuing to build our pipeline in the coming years. Yeah, we have a tremendous team of really experienced operators who had the pick of the litter as far as job opportunities. They join Context because they're mission driven. Almost everyone in our company has been touched by a female cancer in one way or another, either directly through their family or through a family friend or relative. In my personal case, ovarian and breast cancer run in my family. We have, unfortunately, multiple family members who are both survivors and those who have died from these cancers. So for my colleagues and me, Context is more than just an operating company. It's something we live and breathe every day. We are incredibly patient focused, and our goal is to develop treatments that can significantly advance the treatment, disease management, and quality of life for these women, many of whom we personally know. We are in excellent shape, and the future is even brighter. In just the last 3 months, we raised approximately $60 million in gross proceeds across both an IPO as well as a follow-on offering. That provides us cash runway into 2024. Over the next year in 2022, we will have significant number of newsworthy events across our pipeline and company. And so we're really excited about the prospect for Context and executing against our strategy over the next couple of years. And importantly, the markets that we play in, they're not going anywhere. Breast, ovarian, endometrial cancer, particularly in the metastatic setting, currently there is no cure. There's a desperate need for new treatments to address these devastating diseases. The incidence of these cancers, unfortunately, is growing globally. Our patient population is aging, so the longer you live, the higher probability one gets cancer. And as you look to the global market, particularly Asia and Europe and even South America, the number of patients with these cancers is growing as well. So we think the combination of our cash runway, pipeline, and market presents a significant investment opportunity for investors and positions Context exceedingly well to execute upon our goals in the next couple of years and deliver what we hope will be significant value for investors and fantastic treatments for patients.